Okay, we've got new anime, and they are fantastic. The long, and I mean long, awaited return of The Devil is a Part-Timer to the brand new and absolutely gorgeous Call of the Night. While some shows are a little disappointing, hint, a show about elite high schoolers, others blow my mind into a billion pieces. I'm going to give you the rundown on summer anime in 2022. Starting off with a show that I did not expect to enjoy, Lycoris Recoil. While I appreciated the animation for this show and its trailer, I figured that it would be a show with some cool fight scenes and a subpar plot. I quickly discovered that it was a show with a lot of heart and depth to it. Chisato, the semi-main character, because Takina is technically who we follow most closely, is a Lycoris, a special forces quasi-military agent. She has the uncanny ability to predict movement because of her keen eyesight, which makes her an almost impossible target to hit. It's not quite a superpower, but it's close to it. The other MC we get is a headstrong, inexperienced, yet talented agent by the name of Takina. She has this narrow mindset that blinds her to alternative resolutions, but when she focuses on a task, it would take a battalion of soldiers to stop her from accomplishing it. I'm interested in seeing where this anime goes because it seems like we are getting more backstory about Chisato, which I like. That will flesh out her motives and general ideology. Lastly, the gunfights in this anime are incredible. The fluidity of the animation is impressive, and the action, well, I'll let it speak for itself. Yeah, definitely go out and watch it. Next, we have a little bit of a disappointment, Classroom of the Elite. Listen, I loved the first season and it was a thrill ride with so many twists and turns, but this season has cooled down significantly. I'm sure we will get a slow build towards something incredibly immense, but for now, it's a slog. I'm seeing a repeating formula of a class test. Ayana Koji figures something out, he pulls some sort of win, and there's a small twist at the end that doesn't change the story that much. Ultimately, it's a bummer, but I'm going to still follow through as for right now. My advice, cautiously continue the show. Finally, after almost an entire decade, we get season 2 of The Devil is a Part-Timer, and it's good. Sure, it's just one episode at the time of this recording, but they honestly didn't skip a beat. It has the same tone, atmosphere, and speciality as it did 9 years ago. The great thing about this show is that it's different. It's funny. It's hard to pin down the tropes in this anime, and its comedy is quite unique. It's a lot less direct than Konosuba's situational comedy, but it has much more jokes than a dramatic or action-packed show. One of the great rules of life is to have balance. Funny, but you can be serious. Deep, but lighthearted at times. This show isn't a gag anime, nor is it a shonen style anime. It has its own style, and I definitely appreciate it. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. Call of the Night. Fantastic fantasy inspired anime where the main character meets a peculiar lady of the night. No, not that kind of lady of the night. A vampire. So Leiden Films does the animation for the show, and it's magnificent. The night sky is so magical. My jaw is dropping every time I watch this show. It's hard to encapsulate the wow factor of this animation, and the story as well is hilarious. Yamori, the main character, is an introverted guy looking to explore the eerie streets of his city at night, and he meets an older girl by the name of Nazuna. This is where the fun begins. What makes this anime special is intangible in nature. Like I said, it's hard for me to describe, but the art, the music, the tension, and just the dialogue, they all give off a vibe of soothing calmness. It makes you just sit down and appreciate this anime. This is a must watch this summer. At the very least, you can enjoy the astonishing night sky. Coming in hot with a brand new outlook on life, we have Rent a Girlfriend Season 2. I know this anime has the cringiest protagonist of all time. Sometimes Kazuya is great and you cheer for him, yay, woohoo. But other times you want to grab your remote and just throw it at his face. Somehow you end up rooting for him. But what you really want is for Mizuhara, aka Best Girl, don't at me, to be appreciated and taken care of. What I really like about this show is that the close calls and awkward situations are believable. They just so happen to run into each other at this time and place. Wow, that's crazy. But really, core of the show is one we all truly appreciate. A guy who is in love with a girl who is just a little bit out of his league, you know? around. Now, does Kazuya go a bit overboard sometimes? Yeah, that would be an understatement. But he can be bold and true to himself as well. I'm very interested in seeing how this turns out. Although, it could be a catastrophe too, and that would be fun to watch as well. Rent-A-Girlfriend keeps me coming back, so go ahead and start watching this season if you haven't already. Okay, so an honorable mention for all my dub fans out there. Lupin the Third Part 6 is airing the dub as we speak, but I have to say that it is a major disappointment this time around. There are so many loose and fickle stories. Usually we get a few classic episodic adventures in a Lupin show, but there are 0 so far. The addition of Sherlock Holmes is a welcome one, and it's refreshing, but it's not enough to keep things from going stale. Sad to say, but I might drop this one if you haven't already. I will finish it though, because I'm a sadist. But really, I hope we get a redemptive finale. Maybe that will help with the ending towards the season. There you have it. My takes on the summer anime I have watched so far. Quick refresher. Watch Call of the Night, The Devil is a Part-Timer, Rent-A-Girlfriend, and Lycoris Recoil. Please be sure to like and subscribe and be looking for my next video soon.